Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm DM Dorga, and this is From Screen to Tabletop. And this week, we're going anime as we're jumping into Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And today, we have a heck of a video for you, as I've gone and converted an entire class, the Driver class, where it focuses on you getting power from beings known as blades and the weapons and powers that they grant to you. So what is a driver? A driver is usually a hero by chance. They come across an item known as a core crystal, and they awaken it into a being known as a blade. The blade, in turn, grants powers to the driver as well as a weapon, usually known as, well, quite simply, a blade weapon. So this begs the question, what is a blade? A blade is a magical / artificial / living being that grants powers to the driver. Nobody knows why they feel the need to listen to and obey and eventually become friends or companions of the drivers, but they just always feel compelled to. And thus, most of the time, drivers are very friendly, caring, and want to help their blades. Heck, maybe even try to help them figure out the mysteries of the past of where the blades came from, because no one really knows. However, on the other end, you also have jerks who take the blades, use them for their own advantages and their own nefarious needs. You know, aka villains and bad guys. And blades themselves come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Whether they're roided out muscly gym bros, hot anime waifus, hot anime husbandos, and also good boys of any shape and size. Besides blades coming in all sorts of fun shapes and sizes, blades don't know their own past. They know their name, they know their personality, and what abilities and stuff they can grant, but they don't know their history. They don't know if they had other drivers before you. Once they awaken from their crystal, they're like given new life. Almost like a new baby, except, they already have a personality and such, and they're already, pretty much grown up. They just have amnesia every single time. It's super inconvenient for them. Though some blades are lucky and get passed from one generation to the next, like the character Brigid from the game. She's actually able to journal her life from driver to driver, so that she can relearn her own history. However, most blades aren't so lucky, and that's where you, the driver, get to come in. You can maybe try to find the secrets of the past, or make new adventures and not even worry about the past, and continue on with your new friend and the power that they give you. Though I'm sure right now, all of you just want me to go ahead and jump in to get to describing and talking about the class. So that's what I'm gonna do! Starting off at first level, you get the blade companion itself. You choose the shape desired, be it, again, anime waifu, husbando, good boy, of any shape and size. You get the blade weapon, and you choose an element. The elements are acid, cold, fire, lightning, necrotic, or radiant. You and your blade have resistance to the chosen element. That's right, you and your blade. Your blade is its own separate creature and has its own stat block that is well provided in the Google Doc or the Patreon PDF. At first level, you also choose what role your blade has. The roles, well available to everybody, are attacker, tank, and healer. There's also a couple exclusive ones in the Patreon, but you can go check those out yourselves later. I'll also go over what each role does, their own unique abilities, later on after I talk about the core class abilities for the driver. Now, once you reach second level, you and your blade gain something called affinity, where literally being in the mere presence of each other within a certain range grants abilities to both you and your blade. In this case, critical hits regain a blade art, which blade arts are exclusive to your blade roll. Next, you gain the ability Elemental Weapon, which, that element you chose earlier, now you can deal that extra damage as a D4 on your weapon. This later increases to a D6 at 6th level and a D8 at 14th level. Then at 4th level, you gain the ability score improvement. I don't think I need to explain this one. You know how the ability score improvement works. Then at 5th level, hey, cool, extra attack. You can attack twice. However, only you, the driver, can. Not your blade, because that'd be overpowered. Oh yeah, forgot to mention earlier, blade takes its turn after your turn, and you gotta use a bonus action to command it. Also at 5th level, you gain improved blade weapon. Basically, your weapon gets a +1 bonus onto it. Hey, awesome, cool, +1 to attack and damage rolls. That's always welcome. You get a +2 at 11th level and a +3 at 18th level. Then, when you reach 6th level, you and your blade gain the ability High Affinity. High Affinity is an improvement on Affinity, where you get the previous ability from before and new ones, where your movement speed increases by 5 feet for you and your blade, and you can score a critical hit on a 19 or 20 with your blade weapon attacks. Jumping over to 9th level, you gain the ability Chain Attack. Chain Attack lets you sacrifice one of your attacks to let your allies use their reaction to make an attack against an enemy that you choose within 30 feet of you. This is a great ability that lets you be like, hey, allies, want to come beat this guy up? Yeah, let's do it! Starting at 13th level, you and your blade gain the ability Very High Affinity. Very High Affinity has the same benefits from Affinity and High Affinity. However, the range is increased. It started at only being 20 feet from each other, then went to 30 feet from each other, and now it's 60 feet from each other. You gain all the benefits, plus a couple more. Your movement speed increases by 10 feet instead of 5 feet, and when you score a critical hit, you deal 1 additional damage die on top of what you could already do. Then, at 14th level, you and your blade gain the ability Chain Attack Improvement. You give your allies advantage on their attack rolls if they go and make an attack roll against the enemy you choose. However, if they chose to cast a spell instead, now they can cast a spell of 5th level or lower. Before, they could only cast cantrips. That was something I forgot to mention with Chain Attack before. Now, once you and your blade reach 17th level, you gain the ability Shared Affinity. You can choose an ally within range of you or your blade, and they can gain the benefits of your affinity. This lasts for about a minute, and you can do this once per short rest. And now, finally, at 20th level for the capstone ability is Max Affinity. You and your blade can now be within 90 feet of each other and gain all the previous abilities plus the new following abilities. Your movement speed now increases by 15 feet instead of 10 feet. You and your blade score a critical hit on an 18, 19, or 20, and your blade weapons damage die and your elemental weapon damage die increases by 1. It's a lot, it's pretty strong, it is honestly pretty cool. Now, let's move on to the blade role, aka driver subclasses. Each role grants abilities called Blade Arts, as well as other abilities and benefits for your driver. Starting off with the attacker, you gain a fighting style at level 1. You choose a fighting style from the fighter class list and, well, you can use it for you and your blade. You can change this out as you gain levels in this class. Next, you gain the Blade Art Toppling Attack. When an enemy fails a strength saving throw, they get knocked prone, and they will take extra damage the next time they take damage equal to your proficiency bonus. Then, starting at 7th level, you gain the Blade Art Erupting Attack. Erupting Attack does an explosion centered on you or your blade that deals the same kind of elemental damage that's the same as, well, your blade weapon element. You can do this once per short or long rest and get another use at 14th level, and the damage also increases at that point. Then at 10th level, you gain Aggressive Chain Attack. When you and your allies complete a chain attack, they gain a bonus to their attack rolls equal to half your proficiency bonus until the end of your next turn. And lastly, at 15th level, your Blade Art Toppling Attack improves to Paralyzing Topple. Instead of just knocking an enemy prone, now you make an enemy paralyzed until the start of your next turn. And the next time that it takes damage, it takes additional damage equal to twice your proficiency bonus. Now, we move on to the Healer subclass, or the Healer role. Starting off at 1st level, you gain the ability, well, a bonus cantrip, Spare the Dying, because hey, what's a healer without Spare the Dying? Then you also gain at 1st level the Blade Art Recovery. What Recovery does is you choose an ally within 30 feet of you or your blade, and you heal them a number of d6s equal to your proficiency bonus. You can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all uses on a long rest. Then, starting at 7th level, you gain the Blade Art Mass Recovery. Mass Recovery works the same as Recovery, However, you instead heal a number of d6s equal to half your proficiency bonus, instead of just your proficiency bonus, to a number of allies equal to your wisdom modifier. Then, starting at 10th level, you gain the bolstering chain attack, where once you complete a chain attack, you and your allies gain temporary hit points equal to twice your proficiency bonus. Then, lastly, at 15th level for the healer, you gain maximum recovery. Maximum recovery just makes it so that you heal the max that you could possibly heal to your allies with both recovery and mass recovery, a massive improvement. And last but certainly not least, we move on to the tank role. We're starting off at first level, you gain heavy armor proficiency. Woohoo! Clink clank, you're the tank! Also at first level, you gain the blade art, distracting taunt. When an ally is being attacked within 30 feet of you or your blade, either you or your blade uses their reaction to cause the attack to have disadvantage against your ally. At 14th level, this range increases to 60 feet within you or your blade, and you can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all uses on a long rest. Starting at 7th level, you and your blade gain the blade art goading attack. Once per round after you attack a creature, you can make the creature you attack make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail the saving throw, they have to attack you or cast the spell at you the next time they can, and if they deal damage to you or your blade, you both have resistance to that damage and only take half as much damage as it could possibly do. You can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and gain all uses on a long rest. Then, at 10th level, you and your blade gain protective chain attack. Once you and your allies complete the protective chain attack, you all gain a bonus to your armor class equal to half your proficiency bonus, rounded down until the end of your next turn. Finally, at 15th level, you gain the blade art explosive defense. As a reaction, if you, your blade, and a couple allies are forced to make a saving throw against a big explosion effect of some kind, you use your reaction to give you, your blade, and your allies within 30 feet of you advantage on that saving throw. Once you use this ability, you have to finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. And with that, the driver is done. I hope you have fun putting the driver in your own games, in your own homebrew worlds. I believe that the driver and the blades associated with the drivers can make for great lore building and roleplay opportunities, especially for the relationship between the blades and their drivers and with other party members in your campaigns. Also coming up with why they don't know about themselves and where the mystery of them coming from can also add for great lore dump and role-playing opportunities as well. And with that, we move on to our patrons from Patreon, which so far we only got one, but hey, I still appreciate you and your one personness supporting me. Thomas McKeebler, you're my only patron and you're the only name to say, so there we go. Thomas McKeebler, thank you for your patronage, your donation, and enjoy the stuff on Patreon. And for everyone else watching this, thank you for watching and coming this far, and please like, share, and subscribe so that others can watch and enjoy this and use the driver class to their own abilities. Thank you, see ya, so long, farewell, bye-bye now, and God bless.